The way I've trained and the type of foods I've eaten over the last 20 years is what's almost solely responsible for keeping me in shape. And since training with me, my client Johan has over time applied my methods better than anyone I've seen. So much so that it's now in his 6th decade of life that he's seen himself be the fittest and the leanest he's ever been. And that's not even the best part. Johan was diagnosed type 1 diabetic 11 years ago. Type 1s need to inject insulin regularly or they will die. Johan stopped injecting insulin in 2017, and I believe the type of training he does and the food he eats is why he no longer needs to inject insulin. What is the secret? I personally eat for health. Yes, I like to stay lean, but I believe if you eat the right foods that your body needs, then you're going to be pretty lean anyway. Add to that a good training plan that includes high intensity work, big movements that we're designed to make that require the body to work as a unit, and you're going to be in pretty good shape. A functional machine, you might say. So when Johan asked me what he needed to eat in order to lose some body fat after several months of training, I knew we had to focus on what was best for his health first, and we needed to take into account his daily requirements and what his body needed. Right, so let's have a look at the earliest food diary I got you to do. This is how long into training was this?
That was a year into training when I first started, and when we started doing this was just after the first Tough Mudder. I asked you to have a look at my diet because I wanted to lose some body fat. I still said to you my next challenge is to lose my belly fat, because I see there's still sugar there. Sugar
in your coffee. And we got the sugar levels. You used to take sugar levels. So
Weetabix, I've got sugar. Yeah, so I wanted to keep it the same so that I can show you what I eat. So this is basically what I used to eat anyway at the time, and just cover my. At the time, I just covered myself with insulin really.
So you basically saw that every time you ate carbs, you had to inject.
Every time I ate carbs, I would inject. So with breakfast, with every meal, I would inject. I changed my breakfast. I stopped eating the Weetabix. At some point, I cut bread out as well. Nuts, as snacks, you suggested that I eat nuts. I swapped normal rice for wild rice. Just made little changes with my main meal.
A lot lower carb, a lot higher protein, and that obviously affected your sugar levels. Sugar levels are important not only if you're a diabetic, they're also important for general health, and they're important if your main goal is to be lean. High blood sugar in the body is toxic, and the role of insulin is to store blood sugar in the muscles or the liver. Any excess can be stored as fat. It's important for the body to have the balance right between insulin and glucagon to ensure blood sugar is kept at an even keel and fat is burned and not stored. If your diet includes too many high GI foods, too many processed carbs and not enough good fats, good proteins or fibre, then you'll end up having high blood sugar levels. Keep doing this on a regular basis and this will lead to excess fat storage and potentially even greater health concerns such as pre-diabetes, increased risk of heart disease, increased risk of some cancers and other complications. So hopefully, as everybody already knows, what you eat is so important.
Breakfast I kept the same, simple. That is about 56 grams of granola, about 110 grams of natural yogurt, 2 spoons of flaxseed.
Good for fibre, good for protein, good fats.
To this day, I still measure my granola out. I'm just in the habit of doing it.
Mid-morning snack or straight into lunch?
Come home lunchtime, 1 o'clock, and have a smoothie. After training, I would have dinner, whatever is on the menu.
And dinner, you have carbs, and you try not to have too much.
I do keep an eye on it. Normally a bit of potato or rice. We'll often eat chicken. Chicken is probably the main meat. I would often eat fish as well, fish and salad.
Do you have any cheat meals?
I do sometimes have cheap meals. We would go out for a meal, I would have pudding, if it happens once a week.
And you still enjoy a wine?
Yes. Red wine, which is supposed to be good for diabetes as well.
So your body fat percentage?
My body fat was about 24%. Over time it came down, the lowest was 7 point something. At the moment it's about 10.
You think if you wanted to, you could get it even lower?
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on that as well because I don't want to see it going up.
So I hope that answers the question as to what my nutritional philosophies are, what I've used for other clients as well as Johan, and what has seemingly helped Johan be in the shape that he's currently in and enjoying the health that he currently is. If you haven't already, please check out his video which tells his story. And we've also done a video on what his training routine weekly is. Thanks very much for watching. Please check out the rest of the channel and I'll see you soon on the next video. Take care.